What's up, Team Unaltered, co-founders of Unaltered Athletics, Zach and Oscar Munoz, as well as father and son team. Now, today we're going to be training shoulders. There's three heads to the shoulders. You have the front or interior head of the shoulder, the side, medial or lateral head of the shoulder, and the back or posterior head of the shoulder. Now, make sure that you guys stay tuned throughout the whole entire workout. We're going to be implementing exercises that target each and every head of the shoulder so that you can fully develop that shoulder muscle. So, what exercise we're going to be doing today, Dad?
First, we're going to warm up. We're going to start with some shoulder rotations. We're going to do that without weight and perhaps with very light weight as well. From there, we're going to go into the seated press. I prefer to do the Arnold variation, what is used to be known as the Arnold presses. From there, we'll go into the barbell press exercise. We'll move into the side head of the shoulder by doing some lateral raises. And finally, we'll go to the rear delt posterior head of the shoulder by doing some face pulls and some reverse flies.
Let's get it.
Let's do it!
Alright guys, here we are starting off with a warm-up. You always want to make sure that you get proper blood flow before you start increasing the weights throughout the workout. Here you can see me and my dad are doing some shoulder rotations. You can do it with or without weights. Again, just make sure that you get proper blood flow before you start getting into your first working set. Alright guys, here we are on our first exercise doing shoulder presses, otherwise known as the Arnold press variation. Make sure that when you swing the dumbbells in front of your face, that the dumbbells are about eye level to your head. If you go any lower, you begin to lose tension on that anterior front head of the shoulder that we're trying to work. It's also important to make sure that you're choosing a weight that you can properly manage to maintain proper form, right? It's all about form and keeping it nice and controlled so that we can hit this exercise as effectively as possible. Alright, here we are in the next exercise doing the shoulder barbell press. Now, this is very similar to the dumbbell press that we just did. The only difference is that here, the bar is in a fixed position, so we only have to focus on pushing it up. We don't have to focus on the balance like we did with the dumbbells, and here we can really isolate that shoulder muscle. Make sure that you're gradually increasing the weight so that you can really push blood into the muscle and really shock that nervous system. Alright, moving on to the side or medial head of the shoulders. Now this is an extremely effective exercise for targeting that side head of the shoulder muscle. You want to make sure that you have a slight bend in the shoulder. A lot of people make the mistake of keeping the arm completely straight, which minimizes the contraction that you get on that side head of the shoulder. So slight bend in the elbow, hold that negative slowly on the way down, and make sure that you're bringing the dumbbells up to at least shoulder height so that you can get maximum blood flow and contraction. Alright, moving on to face pulls. Now this is a great exercise to target the back head of the shoulder. A lot of people neglect the back muscles of the shoulder because you neglect what you can't see, right? You look in the mirror and you can see the front and side of your shoulders, but you can't see the back. So make sure that you're implementing these exercises to effectively target the posterior head of the shoulder. I like to use a rope and pull the rope as far apart as possible as I come back, and then slowly bring the rope forward. You want to adjust the cables so that they're about shoulder height to your body so that you can effectively contract those back shoulder muscles. Alright, here we are doing bent over reverse flies. Now this is another very good exercise to implement to target the back or posterior head of the shoulder. You want to pick very light dumbbells. We don't go heavier than 15 pounds here. Get a bench, sit at the very edge of the bench, lie down on your legs, and then pull the dumbbells up towards the ceiling. You almost want to envision that your pinky fingers are getting pulled up towards the ceiling. and perform this exercise nice and slow and try to get a full range of motion coming up as high as you can.
All right, guys, that's it for tonight's session. Just killed shoulders. As always, keep it nice and intense and focusing on performing those movements nice and controlled. Of course, I recommend drinking your unaltered BCAAs during your training because we utilize both fast and slow digesting BCAAs per scoop. Particularly if you're training at night, like we just did, it'll keep you recovered throughout your sleep as well. So make sure that you check us out at unalteredathletics.com. Check out our YouTube series at Unaltered Athletics. And subscribe to the channel, turn the notifications on, and stay tuned for all the other awesome workout videos that we have coming out. As always, live life unaltered.
Unaltered in the house. Yes.